Have a quick recap of Plasmodium, that is malarial species. See, if there are two hosts as we already discussed. Suppose this is a man who lives in a tropical area, because Plasmodium it is more common in tropical area, and so this is a man. Here I'll make the liver. This is the liver. Now the cycle of the Plasmodium that causes malaria starts when a female Anopheles mosquito bites a human being and liberates sporozoite in the skin. This is the blood vessel. This is the blood vessel, and this bite of the Anopheles mosquito, it releases sporozoite. This is the shape of the sporozoite into the blood vessel. From the skin, from the bite, it reaches blood vessel, or from blood vessel it reaches the liver. Suppose this is one of the cell of the liver. This is the nucleus, and this is the sporozoite that enters the liver. Okay. First thing that it does is it will change its morphology from spindle shape to circular form. Then it will undergo, this is your liver, it will undergo asexual reproduction by the help of binary fission, in which nucleus divides first, followed by cytoplasmic division, and this will happen. Then cytoplasm will divide, and from one sporozoite numerous sporozoites will be formed, and the liver nucleus will be pushed to the corner. This is nucleus of the liver. Now this particular cell having numerous merozoites are known as scizones. These scizones will liberate out merozoites. These are the merozoites. Now these merozoites, once they are liberated out, they will enter the blood vessel. They will enter the blood vessel, where they will and they will enter the RBC. This is the sporozoid that has entered the RBC through a process known as endocytosis. Here it will then change its morphology. First it will form a ring form, then amoeboid form, then nucleus will divide. Here is a cytoplasm having the malarial pigment. This malarial pigment consists of undigested or incompletely metabolized hemoglobin, as well as the malarial pigment that were of two types: Schuffner dot in case of Plasmodium vivax and Morer's dot in case of Plasmodium falciparum. In liver, the incubation period is 8 to 40 days. This is Plasmodium falciparum, and in between is Plasmodium vivax. Okay. Now, once this is formed, then this nucleus will be surrounded by cytoplasm having the malarial pigment. This is again is known as scisont. that deforms the RBC and the merozoites will be liberated. these liberated merozoites will again go and attack new RBC. And whenever these are liberated along with the malarial pigment in the blood vessels, the patient will suffer from febrile paroxysm, having cold stage, hot stage and sweating stage. Okay. Cold stage half an hour to 1 hour, hot stage 2 to 3 hours, followed by the sweating. Cold, hot and sweat stage. Now this will reoccur after every 48 hours. Because of 48 hours, these Plasmodium species are known as tertian, vivax known as benign tertian as it is less harmful, falciparum known as malignant tertian as it is lethal. It may become lethal in cases. After repeated cycle, this cycle inside the liver is known as pre-erythrocytic schizogony. This is known as erythrocytic schizogony. Now some of these merozoites or some of the RBC, instead of developing the merozoites, they transform into the gametocyte, not gametes, gametocyte. These are gametocyte of Plasmodium falciparum and these are gametocyte of vivax. Okay, the female ones are the bigger one, males are shorter one. Now these particular thing is present in peripheral blood. This whole thing you can see in the peripheral blood, especially this is present in peripheral blood, and within 6 to 12 days they are again picked up by the mosquito. When the mosquito bites, this mosquito will pick up these gametocytes. These are gametocytes. They will pick up these gametocytes. Then what will happen? It will reach gut of the mosquito. Suppose this was mosquito and this is the gut of the mosquito. This is the wings of the mosquito. A rough diagram. These gametocyte, that is, suppose this is a falciparum, the mosquito has picked up falciparum. The male one, they will undergo morphological change, they will become round. Female undergoes morphological change and it will become round in the gut of the female Anopheles mosquito. Then male will undergo subdivision, binary division, and from one male gametocyte several male female gametes will be formed. Female will be only singular, so these are known as gametes. This is female gametes, these are the male gametes. Okay, now these male and female gametes, they fuse, they fuse and become zygote. From zygote, ookinete, from ookinete, oocyst. Now this oocyst then changes again its morphology into sporozoite, like this. When the load of the sporozoite becomes heavy, this will go and they will remain here. This is the proboscis. They will remain here, and when this kind of mosquito having sporozoite in their proboscis, they bite, they release sporozoite in the blood vessel beneath the skin, that will reach the liver and this process will go on. The first stage is known as pre-erythrocytic schizogony. Second stage is known as erythrocytic schizogony. Formation of gametocyte is known as gametogony. Third stage, and in this mosquito it is known as sporogony. One more stage is post erythrocytic, that is When after the first release, some of the merozoite, they again go and infect new liver cell and hide there. These merozoites are known as hypnozoites. And whenever the patient or the host is immunocompromised, they will again become active and they will multiply, and again this erythrocytic zygogony, gametogony, and the cycle will go on. The major pathogenesis that this particular parasite does is splenomegaly, hepatomegaly, pulmonary edema, anemia, renal failure, jaundice, and of course febrile paroxysm. Treatment includes quinine that kills the RBC. This quinine, it kills all RBC that infects or harbors the parasite. This is a small recap.